Welcome back, guys. What's happening? Welcome to D's Daily DD. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by. If you're coming back, I appreciate you wherever you are in the world. I'm in Phoenix, Arizona, so I know we got a lot of apes in here. If you want to leave a comment, say where you're from, right? Let that loose, right? Let it drop a comment and tell us where you're from, okay? So today we're gonna actually try to keep it real short. I know the market was actually kind of boring today. Well, specifically with the stocks that we go over. So we're talking about Lucid, AMC, Bitfarms, and Loopring is what I've been covering, right? So that's a crypto. But before we get into all the data and stuff, and I'm just gonna kind of touch on Lucid and Bitfarm today. I'm gonna spend a few moments on AMC because I want to always help you guys and give you the best information that I possibly can, and also give you all the public data that's out there. Okay, so before we get into that, I'm going to tell you my why and why I got into AMC in the first place. And what I first noticed when I got into it, back in January, December, I can't remember the exact date, but it was because of the community that I saw, right? The OG apes, that held it down and were so positive and welcoming, and we're all about building this community that we have now. And you cannot compare it with any other stock or anything, right? Except the GME. Of course, GameStop is the older brother and AMC is the little brother. But I saw that, okay, that community, and I was like, okay, that makes a difference. We can all help each other and commute and all that. And I've always had stock to it, so that was a big thing. And then the Weeble comments, and all that good stuff, and Reddit, of course. So when I started to look at it, of course, had been trading for a few years, and I started to look at the data and starting to understand. And not that I've been trading for a very long time, but I kind of understood what was going on with the float and the short interest and all that, right? And the more DD we did and learned, the more that it made sense to me on what was coming, okay? And so I decided that I was gonna go for it, okay? And back then I was working a bartending job at the time, and I was working 2 jobs before that too, right? So a couple years ago, and that's how I got the cushion and the capital to start investing and things like that, right? So I've always been all about putting in work, okay? And now I'm just trying to use this energy to do this with the YouTube channel and bring all the best information I can to you guys, right? So that's why I continue to hold. And even on red days, right, when AMC is going down, I don't even flinch. I'm like, well, it's just another day. I mean, I've seen a lot of red days with AMC, okay? So that's how I hold my conviction, guys, okay? Especially if there's new apes, I know that there's new people that come along the way, and once they find out what's going on and they do their DD, their due diligence, right, the research, they tend to be on our side, right? They become an ape, and we will always stick together and help each other out. I know everybody's kind of tired and tired of waiting and getting impatient, but I really think this is truly the last test before this next leg up, okay? So we're gonna before we get into like the data and all that stuff, I'll touch on AMC, right? And before we get into the data of AMC, what I really want to point out and things like that. Oh, and before I forget, this relates back to my why, guys. Sorry. So my end goal, right, is to open up a bar, okay, a tequila bar, right here, margarita bar, okay, not a restaurant, just a small place where you can have an amazing tequila cocktail, right, and a couple snacks probably, right? So that has been my goal for a few years, right? I want to open up my own business. I read a lot of books that help with personal growth, okay? And that's how I have built this knowledge over time, okay? Like, the richest people, the wealthiest people, I noticed that they have at least 7 sources of income, all right? So that is my goal as well, okay? And the bar is going to be one of them. And I want to open up, a coffee place, like a franchise. It's called BlackRock. I have these goals that I want to get done in the next 10 years. And you can read books on things like that, right? So there's always books that you can read. Just going to show you a couple. So there's The Master Key to Riches. This one's called The Go-Giver, okay? And one of my favorite ones is The Secret, okay? The Secret was the very first one that really opened up my mind to other things, all right? So yeah, I recommend, in these days, especially, these boring days, like there's always other things you can do, DD or self growth, right? And you can always invest in yourself. And sometimes that's just by reading a book, and that's an investment in yourself, okay? So before we keep going on this topic, that's just kind of, I just want to touch on why I'm in this play. and why I believe in it and why my conviction does not change until we see the shorts cover, okay? And I'm gonna point out some stuff with AMC later. But for now, I'm just gonna go over, touch on Lucid real quick. So we'll move along. I already have it prepped here for you guys. So let's start with the chart over here. Must be this one. Here we go. All right, guys. So let me put this down real quick. As you can see, we are, still up here in this channel that we've been trading at as far as Lucid. Okay. I didn't see anything major come out. Of course, we've had a crazy run the past month. So this is actually normal, guys. Like I said, today was boring. I just kind of call it like a sideways day. Nothing major happened. I don't expect anything major to happen. So we're gonna see what happens in this channel. Okay, so it's starting to get comfortable, I think, right? So we broke through, we're up here, we tested this, it got rejected, and now we're right in the middle. Okay, so you can if it goes low, it's gonna go as low as 49, and if it goes high, it wants to test that $57 range. Okay, and this is why we use the Fibonacci, this is why we use our tools, okay, because this is what helps you determine, and have the best information, the best idea of where the price is going. All right, and also as far as like, I don't always rely on this, like I said, I do use other things, right? So short interest, volume, other things like that, chat rooms, I like to see all that stuff. So again, this is an extension, right? So a Fibonacci extension, the way it works is if you're gonna go from the moment that it ripped up, you're gonna find a top and a bottom, right? And then that will give you, and you can use it anywhere on the chart, okay? It can be in the short term, the long term, all the good stuff, okay? So like I said, nothing really changed. It's pretty normal, guys. I did see that in the pre-market it ran all the way to $61. Freaking Lucid was jumping, okay? So, and then the market opened, and of course we know it was a negative 5% today, okay? But that's just normal, guys. Remember, we were up 26% yesterday, and at the peak like 30%, all right? So we haven't really lost anything, guys. This is normal. So just be patient, okay, with Lucid. We're still looking good. Okay, now I want to just move on and touch on this article here about Lucid real quick. It's actually from yesterday, but just to put in perspective just where it's at as far as the market cap. Okay, so now Lucid market value is more than 88 billion. Okay, that's past Ford's. Remember, Ford, the car company, it passed their valuation. Okay, guys. So I think, it's a good level right now for Lucid. If it could settle, I know it doesn't match the financials, but there's a lot more going on than just that. So that's why it's at where it's at. Okay, so I think it'll settle around $60. And if it breaks through that all-time high of 64.80 something, it's going, guys. It's called a technical breakout, and we will find a new high. Okay, that's just how it works. And then maybe it'll come down. All right, but Lucid right now, you just have to be patient with it. All right. So next, let's go ahead and move on to, because it's worth a lot. Okay, Lucid is worth a lot right now. So next, let's move on to Bitfarms. All right, so we got the chart right here. Here's the order flow. Okay, there was slightly more outflow. Okay, even though we had a green day, all right, didn't do much. You see the large orders was 1.22, the sells 0, so no large sells today. That's good. Medium 7.8 versus 9.17, right? And then the retail right here, usually the small orders 4.95 and 5.91. Okay, but like I said, Bitcoin's trying to recover right now. This has a lot to do with Bitcoin because that's how they make their money, right? They mine the Bitcoins. We can take a look at the chart here, and nothing has really changed. Okay, guys, nothing has really changed. It did show support again. So you see this line right here, it is showing a lot of support right here. Okay, so let's see if it can make its way back on this uptrend. I'm not going to change anything because I don't think much has changed. And yeah, don't worry about Bitfarms, guys. It's just made this huge move, and it's consolidating. Okay, that's what it's called, consolidation. And if you just focus on the pattern, we're fine, guys. If I think this is the high on the next couple of days, I'll just change this. I'll bring the line down, and then we should be able to see a bounce. It did actually. Look, it bounced off that. So now we're here. We're looking to go to the upside. All right. And then if it's going to go bearish, well, it seems to have a lot of support at this $8 area right now, all right? So that's all I got for Bitfarms, guys, because I mostly want to talk about a short squeeze with AMC, okay? So you have to be prepared, guys. The front price, this $40-50 channel, whatever we're in right now, it's not the real price until they cover, okay? So remember, the way that we're gonna, see this happen is when the shorts have to cover their positions, guys. And what I mean by that is right now, I'm gonna show you a couple sources, right? So the short percentage is 18% right here. That's high, guys. Anything above 5% is high, guys. Remember to keep that in mind, okay? The average is 5%. And the reason, again, why I'm with the movement is because I do believe in the ape movement, right? That we need to have a more level playing field, because right now we don't, guys. We get all our information later, right? It comes out later. And the people that are, the institutions and whatnot, hedge funds, I believe they get their information a lot quicker than we do, okay? So that the information, that's key, okay? We need to always be able to stay up to date. Here's another one, okay? So you will not miss the short squeeze, guys. The world will talk about it, right? It'll be on the news. It'll be everywhere happening. You'll see it on social media. It's going to be very hard to miss when it starts, okay? And I'm going to show you what happens so you are prepared, okay? You need to have an exit plan, guys. That's the main point, right? So the main rules, right? So buy and hold, right? Do not, you just buy, you hold your shares, and you wait. Patience, guys. Stay in the DD. Make sure you're always staying up to date with the DD, okay? But what I'm pointing out here is that right now we're at 3.5 days to cover. As with the current volume today, AMC actually hit another low, so 23 million volume, guys. Super low. What that does is it raises the days to cover, okay? As we get to the 4 and 5 days, guys, that's really pushing it to the limit, okay? That's when you tend to see a lot of these breakouts, right? You tend to see them get pushed out and squeezed out of their positions, okay? So anything between 5 to 10 days is very, very extremely high. And we're right in the middle, okay? So pay attention. And again, this is, saying 18% is shorted, guys. So no, the freaking squeeze is not over, all right? And then the last thing, again, look at this volume. Like I said, right now it's after hours, so it's at 23.1. But if we scroll down again, it's good to go over this data, right? Because the volume, the date, we are so close, guys. I think we are so close to this move that's coming, okay? And I'm just going to show you why, because look, every single time the volume drops, and I've mentioned it over and over, I know, but this pattern is really, really weird. And how it's playing out, okay? The 30 million, 40 million volume, okay? Red day, 23 million, 49 million. And then, so I'm assuming we're somewhere right here, guys. Look at this. You might see a shakeout, okay? Coming up soon. And then boom. You don't want to miss this, guys. You don't want to miss this time. Look at this, right? We just need a little more time because these moves are getting bigger and bigger, right? So patience. I'm going to show you a little quick clip of what happens, okay? And this is GameStop, okay? But this is why it's so key that you have an exit strategy, guys. And the reason nobody knows how high it's going to go is because nobody knows how many fake shares there are out there right at the time when they need to cover, and then how many current, shares are on loan and all that stuff. That is what raises the price, okay? Check this out real quick. Look at this. Look at the price, guys. This is GameStop again, but this is what will happen once we see this little curl, right? Look at this. We will see that eventually, right? They have to cover their positions eventually. And also why? Because it's November, it's December, we're coming to the end of the year. What happened last time with GameStop? It was around this time, guys, and there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes, right? So remember, the banks and the institutions and everyone, they have different things they got to do and moves, right? They can't just sit in the same, nothing stays the same forever. And the short interest is what really proves it. And that's only, remember, what they show us, okay? But you have to be prepared for this, guys. This is nuts, right? This is how it happens, and it will be violent, okay? Because you're talking about millions of shares that are being purchased, okay? Short sellers, they sell the shares and then they have to buy them back, all right? AMC is not going bankrupt, guys. And let me point this out real quick, okay? This article is important. This just came out, guys. This is the best article I've seen on AMC in a while, okay? So what's the title? How soon will AMC short squeeze, okay? It is really long, okay, but it's setting up. It's going to tell you if you're a new ape, you're definitely going to want to read this, okay? But it's telling you what the price closed at, you know, the volume, all that stuff. But what I want to point out is this section down here, okay? So here's why this matters. Not only are shorts losing money every day, but huge hedge funds are bleeding, all right? Remember that every day. This is a huge win for the retail investors. Unless shorts close their position, hedge funds will continue to suffer. Interest rates can skyrocket for short sellers, enabling them to close their positions. An AMC short squeeze might be closer than we think, all right? So it's not just me guys saying this, all right? This is what we can do, all right? You continue to hold your positions. It's free, okay? Remember that. So you buy the dips to counter the short attacks. You share articles on the social media platforms and keep a close eye on the stock. Currently, it's at 3 to 3. It would take them 3.5 days for the shorts to cover, right? So remember that too. So the short interest is still sky high, guys. AMC has more than $2.2 billion in cash. 90% of the AMC theaters are now open with New York and Los Angeles. Vaccines, the policies coming out, right? New movie titles are guaranteed to increase sales revenues. The CEO is optimistic for the future, and AMC has implemented safe and clean programs, right, in their theaters. And there will not be a 500 AMC share dilution, so don't believe the FUD. There's been FUD since this started, okay, guys? Don't believe the main media, especially if you're a new ape, okay? And I'm trying to really put this out there for the new apes, okay? And the last part I'm gonna say here, because we've go over the short interest, we've gone over it. I really liked the last part of this, okay? A lot of information in this, okay, guys? I will put the link down, okay? But let's just get to the end. Because is AMC ever going to squeeze? All the numbers point towards the right direction for a massive short squeeze. Shorts and hedge funds continue to lose money every day. The interest is going up at an alarming rate, and AMC's current utilization is around 88%. This is it, guys. Right? Hang in there. The lives of these retail investors are about to completely change. Say goodbye to your old world, all right? The data is there, guys. The DD is done, all right? And let me just touch on Loopring for those people that are out there with the Loopring. I know there's a lot of attention on crypto as well, especially because it's going down. It did break this level of support of 260, right? We did see a little pop last night, but it's at 250 right now. I'm still gonna hold, guys. I believe when the news comes out, I need some water, sorry. When the news hits about them teaming up with GameStop, guys, it'll blow right past $4, okay, in my opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor, right? But I just go by the charts, guys. And right now, as I'm using this and the sentiment, okay, I know the sentiment is down, but it's just about hanging in there because this is what's necessary for the next crypto run, all right, in my opinion. You have this big consolidation area, and I'm sure people have been buying here too, all right? So 260. And yeah, guys, thank you for tuning in. Catch you in the next video, all right?